is Thursday, April 26th. Make sure I got that right. Yep, Thursday, April 26th. Don't forget, if you have it, to donate. RonPaul2012.com. So some more good news. Ron Paul attracts 1,200 plus voters to El Paso Town Hall meeting. And you can check out a picture on RonPaul2012.com. So the revolution is still alive. We're still keeping it moving. I believe that place was packed. I believe it was completely filled. So that's great news. Ron Paul's message is still spreading. It's still out there. Still not getting no media attention, though. It's happening in Pittsburgh, Philly. You know, there's no local news coverage or anything on Ron Paul. I've been looking around for it. So we're used to that. We're not only getting the mainstream media blackout, we're getting the local news media blackout as well. Now, don't forget, Ron Paul today at 7 p.m. will be at Austin LBJ Library Lawn. That's 2313 Red River Street. And tomorrow at 7 p.m., he will be the University of Houston Hofheinz Pavilion, 3466 Cullen Boulevard. And also, don't forget that this Saturday, Louisiana District Caucuses, Saturday, April 28th, is from 8:30 a.m. until 12 noon. It's very important. And if anybody is able to, or if you haven't, we need help on doing phone from home or doing phone from the phone bank here in Venice Beach, California. I think there's another one in New York, and there's one also in Texas. But if you can't, you want to do phone from home, we are calling Louisiana right now, doing the best we can to get as many delegates from Louisiana. Now, news just broke here that Ron Paul is coming to San Diego, the University of California, San Diego. He has an invitation to speak on May 4th. Let's see here. From Elizabeth and Paul Goodrich, leaders of the UCSD Students for Ron Paul. The planned appearance was confirmed by organizers late Wednesday. So, yeah, just confirmed yesterday. His planned visit with a speaking engagement at 7 p.m. at the Warren Mall on the north side of the Warren Lecture Hall comes after recent stops at UC campuses that drew thousands of spectators. So, yeah, Ron Paul will be at San Diego. I'm going to see if I can make that out there. I don't know. Maybe we can get Ron Paul Radio, work something out. Maybe we can try and talk with Ron Paul. That would be great here on Occupy the Media. Okay, so we got another headline here. And just to let you know, we got some great headlines, some more info coming up later on in the show. Don't forget that I will be on the next hour. I'm on from 10 to 12 noon Eastern Time, and again later today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And just to give you a heads up of some of the headlines we have here, we're going to talk about later in the show. Marine Sergeant Gary Stein gets other than honorable discharge over anti-Obama Facebook comment. Family misses flight after TSA gives pat down to girl with cerebral palsy. Feds, crooked TSA screeners arrested in drug trafficking scheme. You know a lot with the TSA. Military judge has refused to dismiss the charges against Army private, which is Bradley Manning, accusing the biggest leak of government secrets in the country's history. We'll talk about that. White House approves broader Yemen drone attacks. You know, more great news there, more drones. And let's see here. Man dies after being assaulted by cops. Officers are placed on paid leave. So that could be any story. There's so many stories like that. Bow! Kill an innocent person, I get time off. Yeah, just, murder someone and get put on vacation. But anyways, let's keep it going. I got this headline here. Ron Paul wins 5 delegates in Pennsylvania. Romney officially has 0. This was put out today at nolanchart.com. Ron Paul has won 5 delegates and at least 10, possibly 12 alternative delegates to the Republican National Convention in Tampa on August 27. These district candidates were directly elected in yesterday's primary per the tabulated official election returns with 99% reporting. Ron Paul finished a distant second to Mitt Romney in last night's primary election in Pennsylvania. Ron Paul had 13% of the popular vote, while Romney took 58%. Even Rick Santorum had more popular votes than Paul. However, in Pennsylvania, the presidential popular vote is just a beauty contest. It means nothing in terms of which candidate the delegates will support at the Republican National Convention, which is what we've been trying to say. And let's see here. Pennsylvania sent 72 unbound delegates to the Tampa Convention, along with their alternates. 3 of these are the head state party officials, and 10 at-large delegates will be decided at the state convention, tentatively set for June 10th. The remaining 59 delegates were determined yesterday by popular vote. 3 or 4 delegates from each of the 18 congressional districts. Voters are permitted to vote for a maximum of 3 or 4 delegates on their ballots, but no delegate is allowed to have the candidate he or she supports appear on the ballot beside them. The end result is that without campaign organization, the delegate and alternate delegate selection became a crapshoot. The Paul campaign published its delegate list here, and I think that's at the Ron Paul 2012 website, and it is a long list of delegates for Ron Paul. So it looks like we're going to pick up the most out of Pennsylvania as well, or possibly a good portion of it. But somehow we're losing. Somehow no media attention. Somehow we're not doing rallies. Ron Paul can't be found. Where's Ron Paul? What's going on? He has no chance. Romney's a nominee. All these things are untrue that the media is talking about. Yesterday we talked about an article that said Romney is the nominee, GOP nominee, and then in the article it said he's the presumptual. So they're lying. It's all about perception. As long as they can get people to think, and especially Ron Paul supporters to think that he has no chance, then people will give up and they can go ahead and keep going right along with their agenda. Let's see here. Another article you should check out is at Bloomberg.com. Ron Paul loyalists stepping up to fill campaign agenda. So it's a really good article. Talks about Ron Paul candidates basically taking over and how Ron Paul is winning in that sense, because we do have a lot of grassroots and a lot of younger people stepping up to the plate, you know, whether it is being part of the Republican committee or running for office, Congress, Senate, whatever the case may be. Ron Paul has a lot of us being active so we can hijack or infiltrate the GOP in our government, get our rights back. Now, in case you haven't heard, I think it's just out yesterday or just out this morning, Texas Governor Rick Perry endorses Mitt Romney. So I'm pretty sure we're not surprised by that. I mean, if you remember, Rick Perry endorsed Newt Gingrich, though. And I guess since now Newt Gingrich is dropping out, in case you haven't heard, Newt Gingrich is dropping out. Now Rick Perry is going to put his support behind Romney. And it don't make no sense for any of these GOP candidates to endorse him. That ain't like they have any real support. I mean, what? Bachmann dropped out after Iowa. Huntsman dropped out after New Hampshire. Rick Perry. I can't even remember who else was running. My mind went blank right now. But they don't got any real support. You know, the only support is for the candidate that speaks for the people, which is Ron Paul, and then the candidates that the media push onto people, you know. Just like last time around, you know, the average person doesn't know everyone that run. If you ask them who ran for president on both sides, they'll tell you John Edwards, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. And then if you ask them on the Republican side, they'll tell you Giuliani, Huckabee, and McCain. So, you know, people aren't aware of all the other names or all the other people running. It's only the ones that the media pushes on you and the ones that have true support and the media pushes back. One of my friends told me on Facebook, man, they must really hate Ron Paul. They're reporting the wrong delegate numbers, and he's an Obama supporter. And I tell him, I said, what do you think? Why do you think they don't like him so much? Why do you think they're reporting numbers that aren't true? Ask yourself that. Why don't Obama get treated like that? Instead, he gets a whole bunch of love, especially from MSNBC. They love that dude. I can't stand watching MSNBC. But, you know, it's all the media. All of them hate Ron Paul, and that's why I like him. And just a reminder, I am also going to be on RonPaulRadio.com later at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys can check me out. I post all my articles, I try to, and all my videos and links on my Facebook at Paco Elijah. So again, I'm your host, Paco. You're listening to Occupy the Media. We're headed to a break, so we'll be back.
We arrived in Vietnam in September the 14th.
We were fighting what was called the Viet Cong.
They broke through our lines, and we had to go hand-to-hand with them.
I was actually one of the 9 out of 56 that came back after one whole year. And that's hard to forget.
We had 75 killed and 115 wounded.
Vietnam was hell.
We had never been thanked for our service. Never. Congressman Ron Paul got my medals for me and presented them to me. That was all.